Hey guys, it's me, Aldrius. So, I've seen a notification that caught my eye this morning, and it didn't really click, but let me see. I got. Where is it? It came up on my radar. I didn't think much about it. And I gotta say right now, I am a little peeved. And here's the thing. No matter how many times these people keep using this green light volume 10, I'm sorry. Volume 10 isn't coming. Dylan Goo isn't going to make volume 10. He is going to. That's fake, first off. Secondly, because I can easily fact check this shit. That is fake. First of all. Second of all, Carrie Shawcross decided to release another episode for Volume 9, but it's an animatic. Jeez, I can't fucking think. But, and I will say this, that is the most stupid thing I've seen come across my radar. Which, by the way, let me see. Carrie Shaw. Okay. There was a post about it, I guess. So, as I was saying, that's fake, first off. I'm going to have to look this up, but let's see. Yeah, that is fake. That is fucking fake. It's fucking fake. Anyway, good joke. It was so funny. I don't give a fuck. It did come on my radar on my phone, and I believe it's on the Rooster Teeth store. But Volume 9 was given an animatic, which isn't really that impressive at all. Here we go. Bonus ending animatic. Episode 11. Is this really what you're giving people who actually care about your show? So you have people for Red versus Blue. You have people for Red versus Blue making an actual fucking season for this. For Red versus Blue. But the fucking people behind Ruby couldn't even be bothered to get an actual ending for Volume 9, and people keep saying green light Volume 10. I'm glad Rooster Teeth got axed. I'm actually glad that these fucking people are actually losing their fucking jobs. This is a poor excuse of entertainment. And by the way...
Hey everybody, I'm Carrie.
I'm Eddie.
And we have something to show you. This is the original ending for Volume 9. It was going to be the 12th episode that we had to cut for budget
So you forgot how to count?
and asset reasons, but we thought, hey, let's
What was that?
and asset reasons, but
Hold on.
12th episode that we had to cut for budget and asset reasons, but we thought, hey, let's share it with you guys.
Yeah, you'll
Were the rest of the fucking volumes you pushed out were also budget cuts?
probably see some version of this in Volume 10. It won't be 1-to-1, but it'll be something kind of like this if and when it does come back. Yeah. Some brief context before you watch it. Chapter 11 of Volume 9 originally ended with the gang getting back to Remnant. They were looking at their own gravestone, and there was a little bit of a cliffhanger where someone appeared and walked up to them. We didn't know who that was, and that comes back into play in the animatic.
Both of you are so fucking nervous about that shit, huh?
And this is in no way polished or finished. You know, we didn't animate it, but we thought it was in a good spot, and we wanted to share with you. We still really love the end message of it and the way that it caps off Volume 9. So
really 7, 8, and 9.
7, 8, and 9. Yeah. So thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it, and hope
maybe that shit shouldn't have been fucking blown into Genlock after all. And I'll say this right now. I did have somebody go into my fucking comment section who has the audacity, by the way, to post 4 paragraphs. It was like 3 or 4 paragraphs. I don't remember, but I fucking swept that shit under the rug because that shit's fucking stupid. It was a stupid fucking comment. They got me wrong on what I said. And I can recap. I will seriously recap edit that bit of what I said about what Rooster Teeth did to fuck up Ruby even more, because I can tell that motherfucker was a Ruby fan. Fraction of the issue. What's really the issue is that they blew too much of their fucking budget. They blew it all in the fucking Genlock. What happened around Ruby Volume 4? Whoever remembers what happened around Ruby Volume 4 and 5, by the way, because when they announced, hey, we got Ruby Volume 4 coming out, everybody was happy for some more good Ruby content. However, not everybody was aware of behind the scenes until after Volume 4. They blew their budget from Volume 1 to 3 and 4 into Genlock. Because they said, why the fuck not, right? Let's make another good show. Air quote, good show. Because if you're willing, and I'm talking about, and this is why I said there are only 2 kinds of Ruby fans. Volumes 1 to 3 Ruby fans, the Monty trilogy, and the literally the diehard Ruby fans who are willing to sacrifice their entire sanity and mental health, and on top of it, their brain cells for a fucking show that ended up causing Rooster Teeth's fucking revenue to plummet even more, which Rooster Teeth had to keep using Ruby as a as a crutch to essentially in an attempt to get more revenue, which that's not the way to do it. More importantly, if they stopped mass hiring crazy people and also tried pushing allegations for in terms of CEO's personal control, none of that shit would have happened. That shit was like the entertainment version of Blizzard. I'm sorry to throw that comparison in there. And I will say this right now, like, what's crazy is that they had to scramble because after Monty passed, Carrie and Miles Luna were apparently up to the task of making sure Ruby has more content. These motherfuckers didn't give a fuck about what happens to Ruby's storyline, and clearly they had a hand in making the fans the way they are now. And look where it ended up now. They weren't making enough money. And when Warner Brothers finally bought out Rooster Teeth, they saw that they weren't making enough money. And of course, obviously, if you're, and this is where my metaphor, or whatever, my analogy comes in. And that's when I said, if the chicken isn't producing enough eggs, which the eggs is the content, if it isn't producing good eggs or good content or enough of it, you're getting axed. And so, therefore, the chicken is put down. That's the grim reality of it. And what's even more grim is the fact that like they keep using the whole, oh, we love you guys. They only love you for your fucking money. I'm sorry. They don't give a fuck if you love the show or not. They only want your money. Ruby has been turned into a fucking scam, and on top of it, if you are a hardcore Ruby fan and you actually come across my channel and you are hearing shit that you don't agree with and you are willing to put a 3 to 4 paragraph telling me how I'm fucking wrong and shit, and also trying to make it sound like I'm a piece of shit and a dumbass, first off, check yourself before you fucking wreck yourself, and more importantly, shut the fuck up. Because I am not up for this fucking bullshit drama. I am only stating what fucking happened with the show, and I'm only covering it from my fucking viewpoint, which I've seen a lot of shit with Rooster Teeth. You people don't know shit because you are used to sweeping shit under the fucking rug and pretending nothing happened. If somebody had an atomizer, turned your fucking best friend into fucking ashes, you are willing to sweep that under the fucking rug and make up a fucking false story. That's literally the whole Ruby fan base in a nutshell. Full of bullshit. Anyway, time to continue this fucking hot mess.
To see you again soon.
Okay, so they are starting this shit. This is fucking piss poor.
We buried our friends today.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can't.
Surprise! It's fucking stop motioned. Well, not really stop motion, but, you know, slideshows.
Really bury someone that isn't there.
And they did say that, oh, we're just recapping this whole shit with fucking sketch drawings.
But we needed to do something. We needed to move on. Putting the memorial at the gate site was Ren's idea.
Overly dramatic. I've seen volumes 8 and 9, and I'm not impressed about it at all.
I think everyone lost something that day.
What did that say? Nora in foreground. By the way, if you wanted to find out what happened to Team Coffee, right, and how Coco managed to be there, you have to read it through a fucking book. So, and here's the thing: there's also a fine line to be drawn with people with their preferences. You have people who, in all anime situations, you have people who read light novels, right? So they already know what happens overall in the story, right, before the anime actually comes out, or the mangas. Then you have the manga. Then you have the people reading the mangas. So the people reading the mangas already know what happens and what the characters actually look like versus the anime actually being depicted. Then you have the anime, which you have people who prefer watching the stuff over reading books and mangas, which there's a lot of people, by the way, who actually don't do that. They have to wait for budgeting for these animators and artists to actually draw them out and animate. And then on top of it, for Ruby's case, this is not the case. They went all over the place, again, with this whole content. When Volume 3 came out and Volume 4 was being made, they released a book called Ruby After the Fall, and it's literally all about Team Coffee, and by the way, it don't make sense. I read it, and honestly, I stopped at chapter 5? I was done. I said, no, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I can't. Like, this is, it's, no. I can't. What business does Team Coffee even have to be in Vacuo? Coco was bitching that she was getting sand in her fucking clothes. And then also bitching that it's fucking hot. Coco went from like a fucking tough, good-looking fucking girl with, I guess, French-based outfit. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know what Coco was supposed to be designed based off around with all the good-looking outfits. But still, and this also pissed me. Also, Coco hardly changed. Coco's outfit hardly changed. At least from what I remember in the book. Same shit. And then Yatsuhashi, they busted out his fucking semblance, which apparently it's memory wiping. Lame. Memory wiping, okay, honestly, memory wiping is a magic-based thing. But, come on now, right? Why would a tough guy like Yatsuhashi, by the way, spoilers, and I'm pretty sure people who don't plan on reading the book will be okay with this. Yatsuhashi, as a little boy, apparently got so frustrated that he discovered his semblance, and it was mind-wiping. And he used it so much that his family almost forgot who he was. And it crippled Yatsuhashi. And so that's how they wrote this whole thing, like, oh, we finally found out who Yatsuhashi's semblance is. Okay, cool. That's fucking lame as hell. Because I'm pretty sure people find out their semblances while fighting Grimm, or not even fighting Grimm, but in combat schools. People find out their semblances through combat schools. In reality, if you actually think about it this way, if you watch enough lore of Remnant, and also lore of the world of Remnant, and also paid very close attention to volumes 1 to 2, you can actually tell semblances are actually an actual fucking magical ability. And Ozpin, of course, who knows what happens based on information that fucking Rooster Teeth decided to fucking shove in our fucking faces in volume 6, right? Everybody in World of Remnant were there was lots of people of all professions. Wizards, fighters, archers, snipers, fucking, and I don't mean sniper like sniper rifle. I mean like actual people who shoot great distances. So also like priests, I guess, healers. And there was a lot of people that were magic casters. Now, this is information coming from Volume 6. Take this with a grain of salt, as I am completely against anything that's post-Volume 4. So, and the reason why I'm mentioning this is because, again, I am here to not just farm the fuck out of this content. I am going full speed ahead, putting this fucking rooster on the fucking smoker. And I will keep smoking this fucking rooster until what's left of it is all nothing but fucking dust and ashes. Because this shit is so fucking bad that, like, this shit is so fucking bad that I had to fucking stop. But, of course, I couldn't stand by while people who are trying to voice their opinions about the show get shafted by people who love the show as well, and they created rules saying you can't. That's also dubbed, by the way, the Monty Rule. Everybody knows who the Monty Rule is, right? Everybody else here is a Rupee fan. Those that actually got banned for the Monty Rule, you know who you are. Saying that Monty didn't want to have this, or Monty wouldn't have want this. First off, I feel like wanting to say it too, but I don't know the man that well enough. But I know his work. I know his passion. His passion was animating, storytelling, great storytelling. Holy shit. Ruby was such a fantastic fucking show up until his passing. And, like, and it's just fucking art. It's literally a whole new definition of art. It's the beauty that comes with it, the world, everything, the tragedy. Sympathy, sympathy maybe. I mean, maybe sympathy is probably like the most under. Anyway, but you guys know what I'm talking about here, right? I hope so. Either way, but those of you that got banned in multiple Ruby Discords, channels, websites, forums, everything, anything Ruby related. Fuck, even the Ruby Aminos, those freaks are still fucking on it. And Ruby Amino is just a fucking cult app. It's just an app for fucking cultists. Anyway, change my fucking mind. That's a fucking thing. And you know, obviously, and this finally like had you be like, you know what, fuck Ruby. I don't like Ruby because their fucking community is so shit toxic. Blah 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 blah. I don't like this because of that. Well, you know, Ruby fans, the new Ruby fans, by the way, as an old Ruby fan, still am a Ruby fan. Just I am categorizing myself as an old Ruby fan, meaning volumes 1 to 3 Ruby fan. So I am dubbed old Ruby fan. And by the way, if you're subbing to my channel because of my Ruby content and you actually agree with what I'm saying here, I'm talking about watching the whole ass video all the way through just to hear me out. And if you do agree with what I'm saying here, you might also be an old Ruby fan too, because you can't stand it, the toxicity and everything else. And honestly, this whole fucking thing turned into a fucking twisted water slide full of fucking spikes and fucking shit. That's a weird way to put it, now I think about it. But still, as an old Ruby fan, I just can't stand it when people are getting shafted like this. And honestly, when Dylan Goo, and I do strongly believe, and I will stand my ground on this fucking hill, that Dylan Goo will acquire Ruby and the fucking entertainment on and the entire Ruby sector will be fucking restored. And if that doesn't happen, I mean, fuck. I mean, I wish whoever claims Ruby good luck. Because right now, if it's going to take until Rooster Teeth is finally dead to give away Ruby, that tells you how shit scared some companies are, and that or just how not interested they are because of the community, because of these fucks who decided, hey, let's shaft the entire fucking thing of Ruby as sacrifice. And I'm going to continue a little bit more of this, just a little bit more. I don't want to torture anybody else that's watching this about it, because you can already see what's wrong with this.
When a sandstorm cleared, we saw Ambrosius had kept his word. We were just outside the city.
At this rate, put it on a fucking book, like you did with everything else. At this rate, put it on a fucking book instead of sketch drawings. Come on now. I get it. Nobody got to see what Vacuo actually looked like. All we saw was sand and a city in the distance with a giant-ass fucking pyramid. By the way, pyramid? Really? Really? I'm pretty sure Vacuo wasn't supposed to be Egyptian-related. Really? Fuck out of here with this content. That's a waste of everybody's fucking time. So yeah. But anyway, yeah. So 73 subscribers. I'm getting really close to 100, which is a huge win for me, honestly. Because as somebody who's covering in general content, this is a huge win for me because, like, I'm actually getting receptions from covering Asmongold and covering Ruby. And I will say this right now. I'll watch his stuff later. I will say this right now. People need to fucking chill. Rooster Teeth's new Ruby is not something to be excited for. I'm sorry. Unless you're the fucking degens that like to fucking ship fans for no fuck... not fans, what the fuck? Ship characters for no reason. All just because that you want to have some cursed shit in the fucking book. Ruby wasn't supposed to be for you in the first place then. Until Monty died. So yeah. And like I said, if any of you guys are fucking Ruby fans and you are going to write paragraphs upon paragraphs about this shit, I'll say this, stop fucking typing. And more importantly, stop fucking looking at my videos for like a fucking minute and then just fucking start mad typing like a fucking cringe ass fucking Reddit warrior. Or Twitter warrior even. Because that shit's fucking stupid. It's old. And plus, I'm not going to fucking read it anyway. I'll either delete it or just fucking hide your entire fucking user. Because I don't give a shit. Haters are not fucking welcome on my channel. If you're going to be a fucking hater, fucking give it a fucking thumbs down and shit. How about this? Don't watch my fucking content. Just don't. I don't give a shit. Don't watch my fucking content. You're going to be a fucking hater, don't watch my fucking content. If I catch you watching my fucking content, I'll just fucking ban your ass if I can. I'll ban you as much as I fucking can. I don't give a shit. Keep making more fucking shit, I'll just keep fucking banning you. Even make a fucking auto mod if I fucking have to. I don't give a fuck. I'm done with this fucking stupidity. If you like my content, good. If you don't like my content, fucking walk away. But don't fucking, like, pick a fucking fight. You'll just get fucking nullified. That's all. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. I know it's a huge anti-post Volume 3 rant again. But I hope this does clear some insight that, Rooster Teeth actually don't care about their fans. They don't. They don't care about you. They only care about the clicks, the revenues, the ads, and the merch. They don't give a fuck about you. If there's a company that actually gives a fuck about you, the story would have been better. If there's a company that actually cares about you, the content would have been better. If there's a company that actually that really loves you and cares about you, the content would have been great. The reception would have been amazing. Storytelling, merchandise would have been worth purchasing. Everything would have been worth it. There would have been a lot of shit. All right, and on top of it, light amounts of criticism. That's when you know a company's been doing good. Rooster Teeth hasn't been doing good, and Rooster Teeth has been in a losing battle, and they have their personal guardians protecting their show. Their glorified cesspool of wallet draining bullshit. So yeah, it's fucking depressing. It's a tragedy. It's a fucking opera. It is a fucking tragedy that people still fall for this shit. I'm not falling for it. And hell, I've even had to fucking purchase volumes 1 to 9 for a fucking friend of mine because, one, he couldn't really fucking afford watching Rooster Teeth. Granted, it's fucking $5 a fucking month, right? But he's interested in Ruby, and I showed him all 4 color trailers. This is the first thing I did. I showed him the whole 4 color trailers. I showed him. I showed him. I showed him volume 1, and then whenever he had questions for me, I actually broke it down in the most truthful manner possible, and I even also gave him behind the scenes snippet. And he actually ended up loving Ruby. But then by the time we got to volume 4, his attitude changed a little bit, and I could tell. I could tell he's actually starting not to like the show anymore because of the way it's actually turning out to be. And I opened his eyes about it. So I'll ask you this. Do you really think Ruby is actually worth protecting after what Rooster Teeth is actually doing to their fan base? No, it ain't worth it. So yeah, I'll stop it right here, and hope you guys have a wonderful Easter and a wonderful night.